Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tub Talk. This is not going to be a numbered episode. This is a special edition. This is a 4th of July edition, even though it's going to be off on the 5th. And you're going to hear some fireworks in the background if we turn off the jets, possibly.
Yeah. Sounds like most of our neighbors are starting to go out and have fun right now.
Yeah,
we
finished ours. My son's girlfriend's family went back home. We try to end things by about 10 o'clock, just so that we don't piss off certain neighbors, but...
Yeah, and they had a little 5-year-old, so they kind of had to get home early, so as soon as that sun went down...
Oh yeah,
we
hit it up.
Fun.
I don't know if any of y'all played sports, but doing suicides, that's what I was doing with fireworks. I'd go put a firework down, come back to the thing, grab another firework, go put it down, light the first one, come back, grab the thing, and just doing that over and over again for probably about 40 minutes or so, I would think.
At least a half hour, I don't know, I lost track of time.
So at least a half an hour constantly doing that. There's only like 4 or 5 times that I could stop for a little bit when the bigger fireworks were going for a while. But yeah. It was quite a thing. Yeah, there's some going. I don't know if you can hear it, but crackle, crackle. But anyways, we just wanted to celebrate independence through this video, through this, whatever you want to call a podcast, whatever. Oh, and by the way, I'm Viz.
I'm Sable.
But we just wanted to tell everybody thank you for everything that you do to make this game fun for us. We do appreciate it, even though we might have our problems with Scopely and some cockamamie things that they do. The community itself is a lot of fun, and the game is fun at its core, which is why we stick around. But yeah, I mean, we have people in our alliance that were armed forces that definitely are the reason why we have the right to complain about shit like we do, and to whine and moan and spend money the way we want, to make money the way we want, to play a stupid game like this, to have actual rules and regulations so that they can't just totally screw us over. You are those reasons, and we thank you, and we support you in any way we can. Appreciate it.
Yep, a lot of them come back, they have no family support, the government just washes their hands of them, so.
Yeah. But you are appreciated,
yep.
And you definitely are thought of, and thank you. Thank you so much.
You're the reason I have the right to say whatever I want to say.
Yeah, to whomever we want to say.
People agree with it or not, whether people decide that, oh, well, we should cancel you because you said something I didn't agree with. No, I have the right to say it.
Correct.
Just like you have the right to say, I'm wrong.
Now, ethically, there are some things you shouldn't say, but... I mean, if you want to let your voice be known, you can. So
there's always a time and a place.
There absolutely is.
A way to say things and a way not to say things. And it was nice to hang out with some like-minded people today.
Yeah. Got to know.
He's all for putting shock collars on kids. And he's like, I haven't been able to find the right people to get in touch with. But yes, there are some kids this generation that just, they're told no and they don't like it and they fight their parents because people say, you know what, your parents aren't allowed to make you do that. You're the child, you have respect.
Yeah, there's a line, of course, but as long as you stay within those lines.
Sometimes just that quick snap of your fingers, getting in the kid's face, hey, knock it off, gets them to realize, oh, that was wrong, and they don't do it again.
Yeah, as long as you're on it.
Yeah.
It's that constant supervision. Yeah. A lot of parents don't want to do that these days.
And my kids know how to wear me down, and I'm just like, yeah, fine, go.
Oh, they definitely do. They haven't done that to me yet, but one of these days, I'll just be like, all right, I give up. And they'll be out of the house by then, so we'll be fine.
Probably. Yeah, it was a lot of fun playing Legos. I brought out all the Legos and...
Yeah, she brought out Legos and sitting on the ground playing with a little 5-year-old. It's hella fun to watch. It was cool.
Yeah, and then I got my new Johnny 5 Lego that I found off Temu. It's missing a couple pieces, but hey, it's Temu. That's, what you get.
Yeah.
But I got about halfway done with it.
I was playing pool and drinking beer. I was pretty much in my wheelhouse right there. So played some cards with my oldest son for a little while. So, but yeah.
Yep, they were interested in the soccer game that was going on. Their team was playing.
Yeah, it was Ecuador and.
It's the only thing we're missing out in the game room is TV.
Yep, no TV out there. There's other entertainment. Phone. I mean, you can use your phone if you want, but you know.
The giant Jenga was a hit. They liked that. Cornhole.
Yeah. 1 foot long pieces of 2x4 all stacked together. 54, I think is what we got total.
I don't know. There's 19 of each color.
19 of each color, so it's 57.
Yeah.
But
and we stacked it, 8 feet tall? I don't even know. It was taller than the fence out there.
It wasn't 8 feet
7?
tall. It was probably about 6.5, 7, yeah. But it was pretty funny to watch them. I was laughing at them. They were doing 1x1 stacks at the top rather than doing 2s or 3s.
Well, I started it because I was going to be an ass, and then he just decided to keep going, and then I gave up because I didn't want it falling on me.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. It started off kind of a bummer because we were expecting other people to come, and they weren't showing up after all, so we were kind of a little bummed, but we ended up having a pretty large group come all at once, and it was son's girlfriend's family, and they were a nice bunch. Some of them didn't speak a lot of English, but it's all right. Like,
you're still able to communicate.
Point at stuff and saying, and they understand what you're saying, and they give you a thumbs up. You know, it's pretty much the way the language goes. So I got like 3 hours before, so you're gonna hear me yawn a lot probably because I'm kicking on 3 hours out of the last 48. So.
Yeah, and it's 10:30. So.
Yeah. But
yeah, and I've been up since 6:30 roughly. Got out of bed at 7 when you got home. Started cooking.
As I was doing my dailies and my game once I got home from work. But yeah, we just wanted to say thank you to everybody, and even though we might come across a little brash at times because people aren't attacking in war, you're not hitting your raid shit the way you're supposed to. We're lucky to have an alliance full of people that we do really get along with. And they're easy to talk to.
What was it? 4 o'clock, 4:30. We just walked away from game completely. It's in hands.
I messaged AO on the phone and Alpha over Messenger hey, we got just a few teams left in war. If you want them, we're out. And they hopped in and finished off the rest of the war.
4th of July board clear.
Yep. We got some fireworks on that shield ship. The helicarrier, but yeah, we did really well. We only had 29 losses as a team, so that's basically one a person. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
A lot of people went perfect, of course, and there's some that had 2-3 losses, but I mean overall, to 29 losses as a whole alliance throughout a whole board clear. So you're talking 10 rooms of 240 teams. Have 29. It's
and 2 of those were mine because at the end I only had Weapon X and whatever that other team was.
You had Undying and Weapon X, and you had 2 teams that were not counters.
Yeah, Gamma and
the new Alpha Flight.
So we're hey, we'll see if Weapon X can do something to maybe get somebody out.
And I'd done a counter earlier, first thing in the match. I used Undying against the Dorm Hold Dorm Asgardian. And they had the smallest Valkyrie. So, of course, but it was just enough that she had a passive. So, of course, they killed her first, and so she triggered the passive before I was able to spread with Gila. So I canceled out once, and I went into the other account and tried it with it. And I was like, what is going wrong? And then I realized that Valkyrie, I get you. She's not a teal gear, that's green. Or that's whatever it was. I was just wow. I didn't look at the colors, and so she was super small, so she was dying. So I went back in and just did it differently, and it was fine. But yeah, it was a good war, especially for being the 4th of July and people out doing shit to have a board clear. That just shows the kind of people that are in the alliance, and we appreciate you guys. You do good work despite what we might say, especially that Skilly guy. But all you Canadians, you guys didn't have nothing going on today. What's wrong?
Right, your Independence Day was 3 days ago.
It was just a day. It was just a day today. No, but everybody did their part.
Yep, we had, last I checked, was what, 14 or 15 of us over 100 mil?
Yeah, which is pretty good. That seems to be the
More
clip
than
we're
that.
going with. That is about 15 people over 100 mil.
And a couple of them this war was their first time getting over a hundo.
Which is awesome. That's what we like to see. It should be a pretty normal thing for us to do. We had 2 people almost get 200 million. We had a 170 something and a 180. So I mean that's very impressive when you start getting up there. And I think the 180. I think that's our highest damage so far, to be honest. Let's go look. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sorry. I'll have to go look, but yeah, I think that's our highest damage overall is 180 something. So. But yeah, I went 14 for 14. I have 3 defensive wins. Oh, our defense too did stellar. We had another war with over 40 defensive wins. So when you are only losing 29 of your battles and you're making them lose 40, you're going to get a win as long as you're clearing. Yep. So let's keep this clip, you guys. I'm still
mind-boggled how they just wipe some of the teams and then lose to the littler ones. I'm like,
well,
how do you
like I was telling
team?
Wizzy and JFK, it's like, so you build counters. So we're going to build Weapon X. We're going to build, Sus Offenders. We're going to build Mercs for Money. We're going to build A-Force, Undying, so on and so forth. So you go into a team and you're like, oh, I know this team can punch up. And you look at a team and you're like, well, this is the punch down, punch across. Well, I can't use my normal counter. And so that's where I like to leave all my teams. It's right there in that 1.5 to 2 million, so that it's kind of like one of those, this seems like a waste. So let me use a secondary team instead. You go into the secondary team, and it's like, oh boy, this is not playing the same way as I'm used to. You get a loss, and then either they'll combat cancel and go in with the punch down with the normal counter, or they'll use the secondary counter and then just burn and then just do another one. So I get a lot more wins than other people because my teams are not built crazy high, because they're looking for those crazy high counters. So they're using something they're not used to. Whereas you look at
the cattywampus teams, like you said, where,
yeah,
Valkyrie, super small, and then
when you're looking at teams like Dre, where everybody's maxed out, you're like, well, I know what this is going to do. Yeah. I know what the damage is on everything. I know what everything is going to do. So sometimes it's nice to kind of mix and match a little bit. And the way that I set up my defenses, I go look at all these stupid content creators that really don't know what they're talking about, that have their war counters and war teams to use, and this is what you use on offense, and this is how you counter this team. And so I look at those, and I'm like, okay, so this team counters A, B, C, and D. Cool. Then guess what? In our alliance, we're putting A, B, C, and D in every room. Mm-hmm. So now what else are you going to use?
Yep.
And so we try to do that and overload them so that they're not able to use the counter efficiently.
And usually by the time they get down to Dre, myself, D3,
right,
they've used their big counters, and now they're stuck like, shit, there's 4 million teams down here. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
And so then they're having to double.
And especially when it's the same counter they use for the 2 different teams, 3 different teams, and they're not communicating, saying that, hey, you can use this instead. Until they finally figure out something, and you can see them kind of like piece it together as they go, or they see what we're doing and they use it. Like they did that this war with the out-of-time 4-piece. All of a sudden you saw that being used.
Yep, they couldn't get through them before until we started just.
And unfortunately, we had a couple of losses because we're seeing people on our team use a 5th person without a time, and it's like, no, just the 4-piece. Don't use the 5th to go against Alpha Flight. Use that 5th, and they're going to speed up more because they're going to kill them. So, but they didn't realize it, and so they used it, and they got beat, and they'll learn, hopefully, and move on to the next. So, but yeah, it was overall a pretty good day. Got to spend time with our kids, got to see all my kids' significant others, I guess. I don't know what it's called.
Boyfriends, girlfriends.
Yeah, boyfriend, girlfriends. So they were all over at one point in time today. So it was kind of nice. It was a nice day to spend watching the wife laugh and smile and talk, and that's what made it more enjoyable than anything for me. And then knowing that we can just kind of step away from the game and chaos doesn't ensue. You don't come back into people like infighting and stuff like that in chat.
No, nobody abandoned us. I was rather impressed.
Yeah.
Didn't have anybody be like, sayonara and just dip.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was nice. It was a nice day overall. Why would somebody just sayonara and dip?
Who knows?
Oh.
Greener grass.
Oh, yeah, well.
They're doing incursion 5.7. Yeah, true. Yeah.
don't have greedy people like that no more in there.
No.
So we have some really good people. Oh, and as far as drinks, I'm drinking, it's a Humboldt Cider Company, Passion of the Fruit instead of the LaCroix.
It's not a swipe right?
No, it's passion fruit. It's really good. It's not as good as Swipe Right, but it's there. It's really good. It's passion fruit cider. So yummy.
Yeah, I just have water because I drank one soda today and one non-alcoholic Blue Moon, and that's all the liquid I've had today.
Really?
Yeah. So
I think I went through my
dehydrated.
I think I went through my case of Rolling Rock.
Probably.
Yeah, I got a 24 pack, and I think there might be like 3 left.
Yeah, you might have been double fisting there for a while.
I had to pour one into the other because I didn't realize I had one sitting over on the side at one point in time. So yeah, I was. And wife made some amazing food today. We had a crock pot with chicken with onions and green enchilada sauce, and we had one with beef with onions and red enchilada sauce, and we had one with beef, onions, red enchilada sauce, and red peppers to give it a little kick of spice.
They were Mexican red peppers.
Yeah, and they all had garlic in them, which is awesome. I love garlic, the antioxidant. Oh my gosh, it was just so good.
Yeah, it was supposed to be spicy, but it wasn't spicy.
Nah, it wasn't spicy for me. Some people said it was hot, but I didn't. I put my ghost. Go ahead.
To even try it.
Yeah, I put my ghost pepper sauce on it. I put my habanero sauce on it, and I put the jalapenos on it, and it was good. It was easily eatable.
Smorgasbord of sauces to put on them.
Yeah, so I was just putting all the hot stuff on there.
I hope they didn't feel offended that I made tacos when they were all Mexican and
Guatemalan.
In Guatemala.
Yeah, Guatemalan. Yeah, not Mexican. Remember, it's different.
Well,
country.
no, the mom I was talking to, she's from Mexico.
She's from Mexico. Yeah.
And the dad, Junior, her husband was from like El Salvador, someplace else, a different heritage. So yeah, even like Spanish.
Yeah.
They each speak a different dialect of
Spanish. Yeah.
Because we were having that conversation about how Sandra's teaching us Spanish.
Yeah, a little bit. We're not any good at it still, but a little bit.
That ocean waves was hola, same with hello being hola, it's just spelled different.
Yeah, because both you wave.
Yeah.
When you see someone, hola.
But,
wave.
But no, it was just the quickest, easiest thing to do because my daughter wants burgers tomorrow for her birthday, and I'm like, I am not having back-to-back burger nights.
Correct.
It was easy to have the crock pot plugged in, people could eat all day.
And we did.
Pretty much since
probably
4
had
o'clock.
10 tacos.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like the gordita size tortillas too. Like
I didn't even see how much was left, but the Tupperware in the fridge wasn't very full, so.
No, there was 2 Tupperwares full. That's it out of 3 crock pots.
And I don't know how many poundages of meats that was.
It was 10 pounds of beef and 12 pounds of chicken.
Wow. Yeah.
So.
Probably at least half or more of the chicken, and then 3/4 of the beef.
3/4 of the beef, probably. Yeah.
Between 20 and 25 people. I don't know how many were here. I didn't count.
It was a few. But
it was fun. Had fun. Tested out my new camera.
Right.
Got to use some of my old camera equipment, my shutter release. Had to watch some YouTube tutorials on how to turn off autofocus. I'm like, how do I do this? Is it even capable of not focusing?
Yeah.
And of course it is. So just have to turn it into full manual mode, and it does still cheat because the screen has red, or you can change it to green or white, whatever color you want, that shows where the focus points are. So as you're autofocusing, it'll show you where in the fireworks
that's cool.
that we're in focus. So that was kind of helpful.
That's pretty neat.
Didn't have to rely on anything, and
it's way above my my knowledge.
It was pretty amazing. Some of the photos came out pretty good. I was impressed for my first time.
Yeah, we'll be posting some of those up on Discord for people to see too. We have some of the officers' channel already, but we'll be posting some up.
Maybe I'll pop some up like a slideshow on this one. I keep saying I want to do those things, and I just
maybe
by the time I sit down to edit, I forget.
That should be pretty quick and easy to do. Just throw them in there. I don't know how easy it is.
Well, I already loaded them from my camera to my Lightroom folder.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Because it does it via the cloud now. This thing's just amazing.
Yeah.
Spent hours trying to figure out how the hell do I Wi-Fi connect through the stupid Nikon app. to my phone, and all you gotta do is plug it into the USB port, USB to USB,
Right.
and then it transfers straight over and uploads to my cloud, and good to go.
And to get back on game stuff, just to be, because this is going to be under MSF, so you got to make sure there's some game stuff in there. I'm just going to go.
Not MSF content.
I know. I'm just going to put real quick. I'm just going to put a plug out there. So, there are defenses and offenses that are set up, and to make sure they're back in the war channel. But it was what we used at Earth, and it's been working phenomenally. We haven't had any issues so far with these punch-ups, punch-across with these teams. It makes war just smooth. I mean, yep. I get on, do 12 attacks, and then wait for my big 2 at the end, pretty much. And sometimes I just throw all 14 right off the bat and just say heck with it. But makes it really easy. So if you're having a hard time in war, now, you were a mid to late game player. Maybe you want to check those out. I know if you're an early game player, you're not going to have all the tunes unlocked, so it's a little more difficult. But
yeah, people were talking about arena, and they were showing like extreme, and I'm like, what the fuck is your arena show? I'm like, oh, you're brand new players, and all the stuff I post is for later game. And so I'm like, I have no idea how to help these people. Hold on a minute.
You just have to take your best team, pretty much what it is, until you can get the arena meta. Just take your best team. But
it dawned on me that some of the infographics aren't geared towards them, and we probably should modify.
Yeah.
But
if you are an earlier game player and you're in wars, and by earlier game player I'm saying probably 15 million down as far as TCP. As far as defenses, what I would put is just your YA, your Heroes for Hire, your Hydra, your Hive Mind, your Spider Society, your Pegasus, your Darkhold, Infestation, and Hero Asgard. I would put those probably on defense, keep Extreme for offense, because they can counter Heroes for Hire. And that's a big one that you're going to see in war. So keep your Gamma, your Heroes for, or your Gamma, your Extreme, your Death Seed, your Weapon X, stuff like that on offense, Underworld.
Yeah. Today's the first time I've used Death Seed in I don't even know how long.
Yeah, because those are definitely better on offense.
Yeah.
But those ones that I said first for defense, probably want to put those on D. Doesn't really matter the levels, just leave them there, because you're not really going to use them on offense. And then Hive Mind and Spider Society have buffs right now on defense, so they're stronger on defense than they will be on offense, so you might as well just put them there. On the chart that you're going to see that I have up there, though, you are going to see some hybrids of mixing Spider Society and Hive Mind together. So if you want to do that, absolutely add Chavez in there to give a little speed boost to some people that are adjacent, and you have a really tough team to beat. So.
I saw my Dirty Mind. This team was using my Dirty Mind. They had Black Knight with Hive Mind.
Yeah.
You
son of a bitch. Yeah, just mercs for money. Anytime pretty much you see Black Knight or something like that, just mercs for money. That's pretty much works.
Yeah.
Black Knight really folds to them. Just like anytime you see sus, you can either use mercs for money or you can use sus offenders. Pretty much blast away at them. So.
Yeah, I'm still impressed with how much mercs for money can punch up. I was a little worried with some of the attacks I do with that team. No, it's fine, just do it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was 1.1 million mercs for money today, going into a 2.8 APOC offenders, I think it was. I think it was APOC offenders, and I was just like, ooh, this is going to be sketch. No problem. Like, I didn't even have like a qualm that it was going to work or fail the whole time. I was just like, oh, this is easy. And you use the abilities that you're supposed to use when you're supposed to use them, pay attention to who's adjacent and what's hitting AoE, and good to go. Good to go. And don't use the Death Pool ult right off the bat. I know you get the charges, but you want to spread those debuffs that you're getting put down by Old Man Logan. So.
No, I see now that that's probably the better way to do it, because you're not going to get her empowered ult.
You're not going to anyway, so there's not a point. And if it really does last long enough to do it, she's going to get a third turn. Then fine, you're going to get it eventually anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I just can't believe how trash she is on that team. Like.
Poo-poo.
That's almost worse than the fact that Alpha Flight's just so easily destroyed by a 4-piece team.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse. One of their scopely created characters being absolutely poo-poo on a team that's supposed to be amazing, or the fact that they
When
do
she
a
was
premier
epic
defense team.
on her
that's
other team.
Yeah, she was what
especially in
carried the
preschool.
other team.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, very thankful for everybody. Really appreciative that we do have such a good group of people and people to take over when we're not around. We went out of town, or not out of town, but we went to a local town the other day, and just kind of like, hey, we're gonna step away from you for a few hours, no issues. Came back, finished raids up, it was all good to go. And then today at our party and end up full clearing. It's like, you guys are awesome. We love you so much, and we appreciate everybody. And just a happy Independence Day, and hope you had a happy July 4th, and you're not having to work too much on the 5th.
Right?
After partying all day on the 4th, so.
Most companies have gotten smart and give them a day off when it falls in the middle of the week. They give them the next day off.
Thursday, then come back to work Friday, then be off on Saturday. Ouch. Yeah.
I'd be interested to see if the school has summer school tomorrow, or if they got smart and actually gave them a 4-day weekend.
I would hope that they give them a 4-day weekend. Yeah, absolutely.
Find out at 8 o'clock in the morning when the kids start screaming and hollering.
We will, absolutely. All right, so I think we're going to sign off. Just wanted to do a little quick happy Independence Day, and a shout out to everybody that helps us be who we are and listens and supports us. We do appreciate you guys in every way that you just support us.
Yeah.
So,
sometimes I wish I could do more, help more, but
yeah, we only have so many funds and so many hands and so much time to be able to do stuff. So, but if we could, we would. And if there is something you need, just let us know, and we'll try to work something out or figure out some way for you to get something that you would need. So, but we do appreciate you guys, and thank you. And I'm Viz.
I'm Sable.
Till next time. Peace.